Okay, if you don't know me, I do specific energy readings generally. Okay, so the energy coming into the table is usually important. It feels like excitement. It feels like a little bit of excitement. And something else that I can't really define. It's almost like a weight. It's like something a little like heavier. It's heavier. It's a more dense energy than excitement. There's excitement. Oh, it could be restlessness. It could maybe it's not excitement. Maybe it is restlessness because there's something underlying that's a little darker, denser. Okay, so let's find out what's going on. The energy, please, goddess. So I have a list of messages, and this is the fifth video, and all of them have been on the list so far. So must be something in the air for really fluid. Okay, we have wow, we have pride and prejudice. Hmm. You want all? Just the last? Okay. All right, we have pride and prejudice, shame and masks, and fear of success. Don't be fooled by the titles, or don't be judgy, I guess, by the titles, because you rarely ever work out like that. Okay, all right, let's start. Are these three different energies? And we have the Ace of Swords and the Star. Okay, so no, so the this is actually because it was in regards to my question, this is going to be all one. Um, this is going to be you're not for some reason you're not going to want to hear this. This is all one lesson. The finale, like of the lesson. All of these. All right, so tell me what's going on. What is the Pride and Prejudice? Okay, cool. All right, so it's going to be narrative. I love those. Those are the most fun. You want to do one more? Do one more. Okay, one more shuffle, and then we'll start narrative style, which is really cool because it goes straight from how the cards come out. All right, Four of Wands, Nine of Coins, the Three of Coins, and the Queen of Swords. Okay, so starting out, this is going to be somebody that made a decision, not made a decision, was in, oh, okay, we're going to roll with it. Decided to enter like a relationship, right? As a serious, like move in together, stable type of thing, as opposed to being on their own with the Nine of Pentacles. They did it as a collaborative effort with the Three of Coins. And then they did it from like a logical perspective, right? Okay, so imagine that this was it could be anything. It could have been a roommate, it could have been whatever, but you made this decision from a logical standpoint to instead of just doing it on your own, to there's a about like there's a little bit of independence that also came into this. It's almost like not consecrating, like solidifying a relationship to an upper level status while still maintaining your independence. And you did it to combine effort, but from a logical standpoint. Okay. And the shaman masks. And then we'll tie all this together. Okay. The Seven of Cups, the Knight of Coins, the Chariot, and the Four of Cups. Oh, but you did not realize, right? Or it took you a bit to realize that there was something in this that was illusionary. Wow. And it quickly turned into disappointment. Okay. Is this a relationship? Like, is this about a relationship? Yeah. Four of Wands. Four of Wands. So this is a relationship because you started out with the Four of Wands. Pride and Prejudice. Okay. So this is for a person that went into a committed relationship with an independent mindset in an effort or independent intentions with an effort in an effort to combine whatever or build together, but maintaining this sense, there's a strong sense of independence here. And you did it from a logical perspective. It very much feels like my way or the highway type of energy. I'm not saying that that was a part of this. Okay. And so you're all settled into that new arrangement. And what started out as confusion ultimately turned into disillusion. It's it's like it feels like there were lots of things that you found like, okay, I'm just going to talk this out, like endearing or childlike wonder or fun and like choices and all these things that you didn't like really have gotten a chance to experience this. There's like a sense of like freedom here with what seems like a lot of choices, like a lot of, there was just like a lot of things that were different, which you found kind of like endearing at first, and then it became like chaotic or overwhelming, like with all the, maybe there was a lot of like stuff. Okay, maybe there was a lot of like physical, tangible stuff in your environment, you know? Okay, like think like visual noise, right? There's like trinkets and you walk in and you're like, "Oh, look at that. That's neat." And like, "Oh, look at that. That's cool." And oh, and it's kind of, but then over time, and this is not, these are not tangible things. I'm just using this as an example. This is the energy that's coming through. And then all of those things suddenly became like very like cluttered. Like it's just chaotic, it's cluttered, it's like intrusive. All of these things become intrusive. And then over time, you started to realize all of these things, all of these experiences, all these parts of this arrangement are not only like chaotic, but they're it's disillusionment. It's gone from endearing trinkets of whimsical childlike chaos to the nonsensical ravings of a lunatic mind is what it's just what I heard. It's just funny, but it's like a it's like a trophy of crazies. Like it's okay. That's the energy. I'm gonna like kind of move away from that because I've got one more card to do. But it's something within your environment became not only chaotic, but now it was just filled with disillusionment. Like it's just, and I keep getting visual noise. So all right, and now I'm getting like that idea of a magician, not a magician as we know him in tarot, but a magician like an illusionist that has you confused or focused over here, and over here they're changing things. Like the appearance of it was an illusion, so you didn't see what was happening over here. Okay, and it took a long, that was a like a long progression of that, right? Because you had to go through what seems like three or so stages of something being like endearing, and then to, ooh, this is a little like chaotic and cluttered, to, I see what's happening here. This is you bringing my attention over here so I don't see what the other, what is actually happening. And it quickly, with the chariot and the four of cups, like you quickly became like, okay, now that I recognize that this is all illusionary, this is not for me. Like I'm not, it's not, this is not for me. I'm just not like pleased with this at all. Okay. So what is this last? All right, we'll start here. Two of cups, page of cups, eight of wands, seven of swords. Okay. So as you were being confused, okay, I would like to know what happened in between when you found out. that this was a distraction, is what it was. It was a distraction. I'm sorry, I couldn't think of the word. Is when you realized that this was an intentional distraction, what did you do? What occurred with the intentional distraction? You Six of Swords. So you left. Okay. Is this like literal? Like you literally left? I guess. Well, I mean, I guess you did because you had the chariot. Okay. All right. So when you found out that this was intentional distraction from what was really going on, you left. And now there's this fear here, right? So clarifying that, we have the Two of Cups and the Page of Cups, the Eight of Wands, and the Seven of Swords. And I feel like this is your person like apologizing, uh, like communicating with you that there's like they're sorry, or it doesn't feel like sorry though. It feels like guilt. Like like wait, you like committed to me, like you said we were partners, you said we were going to live together, like um yeah, it's like that. Like you said we were going to be together, right? And like I know that Page of Cups, your apology, like I know that I was intentionally deceiving you or intentionally redirecting your attention, right? Like, and this is them like communicating that to you, but Seven of Swords, like like either they're lying about it or like they're trying to guilt. It's not an authentic. It's not an authentic apology. It's not. There's something underlying that's just not quite right. Like it's not an authentic apology. It's more like a guilt trip in a way. That's what it feels like. It feels like a guilt trip. Um, like a. Okay. All right, so that's the storyline for this particular thing. So let's get some clarification. So when you came in, when you presented this before, right? What I noticed that I did not say, right, was this arrangement, whatever this was, that kind of you guys kind of made it more like official, or I'm doing this because the Four of Wands always reminds me of structure and security and safety, like a closed-in box, like the 4 points, right? It's also 1111 wish fulfillment, so a lot of people associate it with marriage. Mine's like higher level commitment. It's also homecoming, which always gives me the feeling like, so you moved in with this person, but you moved in with this person like as a fully independent Nine of Pentacles self, right? And you brought that in with you and you moved in with them in order to like build something or combine your whatever, combine your money, combine your whatever. Like it would be easier if you both lived together. And like and you were very analytical with this Queen of Swords about it. Like, you know why you were there. I was going to mention that it didn't look like it was like you moved in because you're, oh, so in love and you can't spend 1 minute without each other. It wasn't like that. It was like a calculated, it was like a strategic. Yeah, this makes more sense if we live together. We're like together all the time anyway, and this will save rent on one place or whatever the situation was, right? So this Pride and Prejudice for me, like that's kind of speaking towards So to me, it feels like intention, like it's a red flag warning for intention. But that's just like my initial gut reaction to it. Now, the shame and mask comes in here when we start talking about how things over time or like slowly, and I don't know if that means tangible time or if it was the transition because it took you three different steps. Whatever was occurring in your environment, right, was cute, endearing, like chaotic in a way, like squirrel, like just there was like a lot of stuff going on. So I don't know if this is like with your person and their personality, it's kind of disorganized or, but whatever it was endearing to begin with, right? And then it became very disorienting with the amount of, I don't even know what this is. It's like when somebody lies and they give like a bunch of information, like way too much information and at a really fast pace. That's what it feels like. Not that I'm saying that's what it is, but that's what it feels like. And that's all it took by the time that you went, once you realized that this was a distraction from what it really was, whatever that might be, you chariot and four of cups right out the door. Like, and I even had to clarify that because I'm like, well, like, did we just make, are like, is this like movement towards disappointment or is this like movement towards looking back at that and going, God, it was a really bad decision? And you said, no, I literally packed my boat and I rode away. Okay. All right. So you took off. And then now that brings us to the fear of success. Now, like I said, ignore the title and just feel what that is like. Feel it. What is that feeling? It's an open door, it's an open doorway. Like I mean, it could be just straight up like, I know that you're calling me. Like I know that I like made this commitment, agreement, partnership, or whatever with you with this two of cups. Like I recognize that. But when you come with me, like come at me with the reason that I'm communicating this to you right now, the reason that I'm coming towards forward with you. You see, this person is just confusing anyway. There's just too much. There's, like I said, rapid verbalization of a lot of different ideas that aren't important or aren't pertinent to the immediate conversation. That's kind of like the energy of this. But they're coming at you saying, wait a minute, we made an agreement. We were supposed to be together or whatever. And I feel like they are expressing some sort of apology or explanation, but it's such a, it's got to be like some sort of guilt trip. That's the only thing that I could, like, it kind of resonates like a guilt trip. Maybe this person is like afraid of just, I don't know. I need more for that. Okay, so let's just clarify this last part and then we will get some advice. This is a cool story, actually. All right. Um, what do I want to know? How? Okay, yeah, spirit. Look, I'm not getting that. What this card is in the relation to this part of the reading with the what is what is what is that energy? That fear of success. It's like not wanting to see, but it's what is behind you. Not wanting to face. Okay, four of cups. Yeah, the four of cups again. Okay, not wanting to face. Okay, and then we have death. So what I'm hearing with the Four of Cups is not wanting to face yet another failed relationship. Not another, but that's not fear of success. Oh, okay, all right, gotcha. And the Six of Pentacles and the Knight of Wands. Five of Cups at the bottom of the deck. All right, so what I just heard when I was like, not another failed relationship. It's, it's not that it's another failed relationship with death here. It is another opportunity, right? Another opportunity for you to see what is available to you. This gives you an opportunity, a chance to, sounds so cliche, but to break the cycle, to change, right? Your disappointment in this, whatever it was, it doesn't, there is no blame here, right? Like you entered into something, an agreement, an agreement. Um, you entered into an agreement and it wasn't what you thought it was, right? And so you exited and you're not interested in having discussions that are like this. There's just like there's this underlying intention, theme about intention here. The intention behind making this commitment, right, was, I mean, it wasn't bad. It just obviously your person thought the commitment was, you know, was one of a relationship, like of love or of like unionship or partnership or whatever. Um, yours was more of like situationship. Um, and with the Six of Pentacles and the Knight of Wands, I think this has to do with intention and like the same, the in and out, the balance, the transactional balance of energy. These two are both like speak about balance, reciprocity, ins and outs. Did you give up? I see. I don't think you gave up too quick. What you put in, you get out. Put in, you get out. Yeah, it's back to intention. It's just back to intention. Okay, is that the lesson here? Like what am I missing? Okay. And then in the beginning you said the truth about the lesson. It's like the clarity of the lesson. It's all part of one lesson. So going in with a specific pretense intention, right? It not being understood equally as to what the intention was, right? And then it's what, like something about not facing. Not facing what? Turning your back on something? Not looking back? Not looking, not looking back. Not reflecting? Not reflecting? Like, is that it? Is that it? Not reflecting? Self-awareness? Nine of Cups. Okay, wish fulfillment for going back to the front, going back to the beginning. Yeah, this is about, it's just, that's what it's about. It's about intention. It's about putting what you put in, you get out of it. And then for, in this case, like you put in something that was, you put in something that looked one way, this person flipped it back like it was a different way. There was miscommunication as far as the reasons that you guys were in the same environment or in the same apartment or in the same whatever. I keep getting apartment, like in the same area, right? And then, but what spirit is trying to get you to do is to look back like at the beginning, like how it all started or whatever, like take a look at that before you move on to the, you're trying to get your attention on your intention. Trying to get your attention on your intention. Not saying your intention was wrong, but the lesson of it is the reason that you're back here again is because it's an opportunity to transmute that pattern or that thing, um, so that it is equal. What you put in, you get back out of it instead of bouncing back and forth, instead of it being in and out. It's like once you do this and you do all the process, like the steps. That's why that night Pinocchio's was like kept saying process, process, time, process, but it doesn't feel like time. Like once you get to the end of this, like you're just being like, fuck, I don't know why that happened. I don't know that it was just like it was all chaos and lies and whatever. But okay, yes, but it's another failed a relationship. It's another failed situationship. But you didn't go back and look at why. Yes, it's no blame. That's what it was. It was the no blame part of it. It was like not taking a look at the original, like what actually led to it, like the beginning. That's why he's faced the wrong direction. You got to look back at the beginning, back where the light was, like back. You got to go, you got to turn around and like look back there, right? You can't look at it as like another failed attempt at the same thing. 33, 33. That's the third message now that ended at 33, 33. That's really cool. That is all I have for you. So just because I know you're aware, I mean, I know you're aware. I know that you are questioning my list of things here. No blame is actually one of the things here. Oh, and I also have, which you can't see this, it's this top one right here. It says necessity, arrow, choice, arrow, compassion. Ah, confirmation from the universe. Necessity, right? Choice, right? Compassion. Very cool. Okay, I'm going to end that there because this was really long-winded. This was a tough one. So if you stuck around for the whole 33 minutes, you're awesome. And if you didn't, you're awesome too. Okay, you are unconditionally loved and supported by the universe, as is this other person as well. I trust that this message will find and resonate with those that it is meant for. My unconditional love to you. Until next time, take care.